Hey there, paddling world. I recently took you on a tour of Denton Creek. I called it the beach route because of the nice, secluded beach midway through the paddle. I'm going to take you in the opposite direction now and go up Denton Creek. Denton Creek feeds Lake Grapevine, which is a large, beautiful 28,000-acre reservoir in the middle of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. At the far western end of the lake is Denton Creek. You access this part of the lake at Trophy Club Park in the city of Trophy Club, Texas. This video is going to focus on paddling up Denton Creek, which is deep and wide, but secluded from the wind on the open lake if you have a windy day. There's a very reasonable $2 a day entry fee for non-residents that want to come and paddle. After winding through the park road, you will either need to turn left or right. Left takes you to a concrete boat ramp. Today, we're going to turn right and head out to a more secluded gravel ramp, which is great for launching kayaks from and allows easy access to paddling up Denton Creek. You can back up to the water for an easy launch. Just make sure when you're done launching your kayaks to park your vehicle up alongside and parallel to the road that you came in on. Once you get your kayaks, canoes, or SUPs in the water, you will want to go left or west when paddling away from the ramp. At this part of the creek, it actually looks like a river because of how wide it is. After a while, it narrows down to about half this size and maintains that width for 5 or 6 miles up to the Highway 377 bridge. Today is a beautiful Texas fall day in November with mild temperatures and moderate wind. A perfect day to get out and recharge the batteries. Along Denton Creek are a few concentrated log jams that have built up over the years on sandbars. It's great to explore around them and look for beavers, birds, turtles, and snakes that have made these jams their homes. Throughout this video, I will insert map thumbnails on screen that show where we started with a green pin and where we currently are with a red pin. Here we are approaching a small island where we have the choice to go right or left. I recommend exploring both sides as you paddle in and out. The right side of the island is narrower and shaded heavily by trees that line each side's banks. The island runs about 500 feet with a large log jam at the western end. You can see it coming up on the left of my bow. After the island, you're back to one waterway that again is heavily shaded by trees on each side's banks. You know, I started kayaking about 4 years ago, and when the subject of kayaking comes up with friends and acquaintances, I'm always asked, where do you kayak? Many people have kayaks, canoes, or SUPs, and their only trip is to the closest boat ramp at the closest lake. Beyond that, they don't really know where the nice places to paddle are. Well, my goal is to change that. I want to help show paddlers through my videos the wealth of beautiful places we can paddle. If you pick the right location to paddle, you can even paddle on a windy day. And we have some windy days in Texas. I just rounded a bend in the river, and now I'm going on a long straightaway. This straight portion of the river is also heavily shaded by trees on both sides. The eastern side belongs to the Trophy Club Park that you drove in on, while the western side contains hundreds of acres of open woods and prairie and mountain bike trails. With a little creativity, you might find some shoreline to pull the kayak on, pitch a hammock, and do an overnight. The water is deep here. I imagine there has to be plenty of deep submerged structure that hold fish in the warm and cold months. At the end of this long straightaway, you will see the park's concrete boat ramp on your left or eastern shoreline. This is also a suitable place to launch. However, you might have to coordinate your launch with other boat trailers that also use the ramp. If you paddle up from the gravel ramp, to the boat ramp, your round trip out and back is 3 miles. On this trip, I'm going to paddle west about another mile to the Pink Flag for a 5-mile round trip. If you have a little more time and want to make a day out of it, paddle Denton Creek all the way to the Highway 377 bridge. Round trip, this is about a 10 to 11 mile paddle. The river narrows just a little, but stays deep for easy paddling. You'll notice that as you paddle beyond the concrete boat ramp, the heavily treed riverbanks start to thin out with a little more of an open prairie look for a couple miles. After that, it's trees for most of the way up to the Highway 377 bridge. Well, I'm coming up to the 5-mile round trip mark and the sun is starting to set. I'm going to take a little break and take in the peace and quiet before I start to head back. Even this far up Denton Creek, you can see that the creek is still deep and wide, 2.5 miles up it. I'm going to time-lapse my trip back to the gravel ramp so you get a good A to Z feel of where we've been today. My goals in 2018 are to release more kayak trail videos from Texas, Florida, and beyond, plus product reviews, kayak camping, as well as tips and tricks. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and Facebook page for updates to all my videos. I'm definitely open to comments and suggestions on where I should shoot my next videos. Make sure to make paddling part of your workout routine. The serenity of being out on the water while getting a cardiovascular and muscular workout leaves me mellowed and refreshed when I return. My mission is to get more people enjoying the fitness and mental well-being benefits of paddling. Let's make paddling as common as pedaling.